Robert is the love of my life, always will be, no matter how he feels about me. I never denied him anything. Robert kept his relationship with Viviana from me. Her reputation was not something that I was thrilled with. She was considered the queen of the school. Every boy who ever had his first experience was with her. They were married at least a month and a half before I found out. Very disappointed, hurt, terribly hurt. Robert knows that I would have wanted to be there. When Robert moved to Nevada, I was very upset. I called twice a day, but then I was accused that I was calling him 30 to 50 times a day. The last time we spoke, he said to me, "When I'm done speaking, I will tell you it's your turn to speak." Makes me feel angry. I feel like I'm being treated like a dog. I left the angry voicemails because I'm provoked.
I spent all my time taking care of you. I bought all your furniture, everything you have. Just like you call me to buy all the furniture from that little whore bitch. The town whore is what she's actually referred to.
My son and his wife told me that if they had grandchildren, that I was considered dead. You don't tell me I can't see a grandchild when I know that I can. I will go out of my way to protect the people that I love. If it means that I come out looking like the bad guy, I'm sorry. You're not going to stand in my way.
You actually flew out here, and then we started talking to you, and then you flew yourself home.
Yes.
You flew yourself back home, and then we flew you back out here.
Yes. That's because Viviana asked me to please come, and that she felt that if I did come back, all of this would be able to be worked out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the mother-in-law from hell. I just want to be the mother-in-law or the mother to everybody to like,
Okay.
you know?
Well, I'm not saying you're the mother-in-law from hell. I mean, you'll do till she comes along, but but I'm not saying that's, and also understand, I'm a father, and you know, Robin and I have 2 children, boys that are married, and we have grandkids and stuff, so we understand how wonderful and important and valuable it is to have a great family relationship. Mm-hmm. And I want you to have that, because we have that, and it's just wonderful. I love it. But you've got to change some things here. I've got a few principles that I want you guys to all understand. Number one, the goal for a relationship is that it be mutually beneficial. Relationship goal, mutually beneficial. So if you want a relationship with her, it has to be mutually beneficial. You have to be doing something that helps her, that benefits her, that makes her feel good. I mean, the only way you're going to have a healthy relationship with her is if she feels better about herself after she's around you than she did before she was around you. And if she's around you and feels worse about herself, then you won't have a relationship with her. I mean, that's not just you two, that's just the way it works.
I know that.
All right, so that's number one. Number two, relationships are mutually defined. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're mutually defined. So if you've got a bad relationship with her, you can't just point a finger at her. Mm-hmm. They're mutually defined. Like you teach people how to treat you. You learn what each other wants and needs. And third, you either contribute to or contaminate every relationship you're in. There is no neutrality. You either contribute to the relationship or you contaminate it. Now, in this relationship, are you a contributor or a contaminator in your view?
I think with Viviana.
Okay, let's start with Viviana.
Well, I am very upset with my son, but mostly Viviana, because I always thought we had a relationship that we had put the past behind us when they were younger, middle school sweethearts. Uh-huh. But then I find out they live in Las Vegas and I live in Florida. And then I find out that they're engaged. Not only are they engaged, but they're married, and I never knew. But everybody from her side of the family knew. They told us they were going on a vacation to San Diego, but they didn't tell us they were going to San Diego for her to introduce my son to her family as her new husband. I didn't know they were married.
All right, but do you have ownership in the fact that they didn't feel comfortable in telling you?
No, I don't understand why.
listen, I got to be totally honest with you. You can get mad at me later, okay? There are some things that I consider to be drop-dead deal breakers. Now, I've been with Robin 40 years. We've been married 35 years. If at any time during that relationship, my mother, my father, anybody called my wife a slut and the town whore, that would be done, over. You would never see her again ever in the rest of your life unless and until you convinced me and her that you were truly, truly sorry and you apologized for it.
But I thought...
There is no but. It's game over. Ernie and Carrie have been married for 6 years. Now, Ernie says that ever since his mother-in-law Wanda cussed at him at his wedding, he's tried to avoid her at all costs. Now, Wanda says that she has no problem with Ernie and treats him like one of her own sons.
Wanda would do anything to start a conflict.
I'm outspoken. Some people love me for it, and some people hate me for it.
She said, I treat him like one of my own sons. I bet your own son's never got a set of Florida toenail clippers for Christmas is the only gift.
I think Ernie has every right to be upset with my mom because she has done a lot of bad things to me.
There was a Christmas when everybody got new VCRs from Wanda, and every family member got a Radio Shack credit card in the mail. It's a bill for all the presents.
It did happen. I mean, she did do that.
Maddie has been having trouble being potty trained, and she in her underwear at Wanda's house. Wanda took and rubbed them in her nose. Don't poop in your pants, it's piggy. You know, she did. And Carrie told me about it, and she said, oh, I shouldn't tell you about this because you're just going to get off.
When my mom said she treats Ernie like her own sons, she is full of it.
When Ernie comes over to my house, he'll stand on the steps and he doesn't come any farther.
Whenever I go to an event at that family, I always make sure there's somebody standing there with me. I will never even walk down the hall by myself because that's when the starts.
I don't expect Ernie to love me, but on the other hand, he should have a little respect for me.
Everybody in our family just sticks up for her and protects her, whether it's wrong or whether it's right.
Everything gets just stuff it down. Don't pay any attention to her. Treat her, just leave her be.
I don't know if I'm saying things to Ernie that he doesn't want to hear. He shuts down, he goes into his shell, and that's his way of coping. And I think that's sad.
I don't want to start a whole family feud. I want help here.
You know, I sat down one time and wrote out what I consider to be 10 just core laws of life. And one of those laws is you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Are you in denial here?
A little bit.
I mean, because you're saying you treat Ernie like your own son and that there's just no problem with him, and your own daughter says that you think Ernie is a lazy slob and that she married below her class.
That's what she told, I mean, that's what she said.
Okay, is that true or is your daughter lying?
No, Carrie's not lying. No, she wouldn't lie. I don't remember saying marrying below her class. I truly don't remember that.
Well,
on the other hand,
might have not been the exact words, but that's what it meant to me when you said that.
I'm sorry, Carrie. I truly don't remember it, and I'm sorry.
Okay, you said you thought that I was harder on you when you were here last time than anybody else. Tell me why.
I was just dumbfounded. It was just like, oh my God. This is a guy that I have looked up to, DrPhil, and I listened to, and I believe every word you said.
Until I said something about you.
Probably. I'm probably honest.
That boy's smart till he's talking about me.
It couldn't have been me.
Do you acknowledge that you were not thrilled about Carrie's choice as a husband? I have you on tape saying that he's a slob.
I'm saying he's a slob because my daughter calls me every day at lunchtime. She always tells me how dirty Ernie is. He doesn't do nothing around the house. He's lazy around the house. I can only go by what my daughter tells me.
I never said that he was dirty. I said that he does not help me around the house. That's what I said. And he fully admits that he doesn't help me around the house as much as he should.
Maybe I
And
misinterpreted
if we,
again.
I mean, maybe if we could quit arguing about this whole business, I could argue with him about doing more stuff around the house.
What you've done, one of the things you've done is you've violated a rule that most couples violate. And that is you have an argument and so you go cry to your mom about it. Then you two make up, but she doesn't ever get the benefit of the making up. All she gets is the negatives. That's why you got to take these fights private and keep it private. You can go ask for support, you can go ask for help, but you don't go dog on your mate to somebody else because then they wind up keeping that opinion of them and then you live with that forevermore. Do you call Carol names?
Not very nice ones.
That's what I mean. Do you call her vile names?
Behind her back or to her face? Yes, I do, Dr. Phil.
I mean, you...
Yes, I do.
You know, I was going to be a surgeon. I could have been a pathologist where everybody's already dead.
The day Melissa and Alan got married, I got this gut feeling of impending doom.
My mom has always disliked Alan. She's out to destroy my marriage.
Alan was disrespectful from the start.
Before we were married, I put my hand on my fiance's knee, and my mother-in-law took off her shoe and smacked me.
My mother has nitpicked and dissected everything that Alan has ever done.
Alan is mentally abusive. He accuses Melissa of treating him badly so that she will feel guilty, apologize, and then compromise.
Everything that I do, everything that I say is twisted into something that is disgusting or perverted.
Alan molested my 3-year-old granddaughter.
She's trying to make me out to be a pedophile.
Alan was seen by a family member inappropriately touching my 3-year-old granddaughter. I had no choice but to call Family Services.
Family Services said that somebody had called to report neglect or abuse of my children. I was terrified.
Family Services thought that this whole situation was a joke.
When Family Services questioned my 3-year-old daughter, my daughter replied that nobody has ever touched her in that manner.
There was no indication of any wrongdoing on my behalf.
When I found out that my mother made the phone call, I felt complete and utter betrayal.
I thought my granddaughter was in danger.
Well, I wanted to talk to Jerry first while her daughter Melissa and son-in-law Alan listen backstage. Now, you, Jerry, are making some very serious allegations here.
Yes.
So you think that he could murder your daughter and grandchildren?
I feel that from Alan's his prior actions, that he is very desperate, and I feel he is capable of harming them. I've known Alan since he was a young boy.
Well, give me an example of what it is that you base your allegations on. For example, I have here of some of the things that you've said. You said that he could be looking at porn because he was once walked up on and closed his laptop really fast.
Right. That's kind of a sign of, that as a warning of being secretive.
You said he may also have abused his 7-year-old niece, and that's the reason for such a quick move, that he pulled out of town and moved to another state for fear of, you thought maybe he was afraid he was getting ready to get caught or...
Exactly. The whole move itself was pretty quick, and he fears for Melissa to come back to Colorado to visit. He acts like there's something there that he doesn't want her to find out.
You didn't like him before this, did you?
I
mean, just to be fair, you didn't really like him before this allegation was made, right?
I didn't care for his behaviors.
Well, you didn't like him, period, right? You said the day they got married, I had
Yes.
this sick feeling in my stomach and cried. It was
just-
like impending doom. That's a
Yes.
quote from you.
That's true, and it was right before.
This was before any of these
There.
allegations came up.
That's
You
true.
didn't like the boy from the get-go.
That's not true. It's
Really?
not that I didn't like him.
You also said, and I quote, "I wish she wouldn't have married Alan because of the way he treated her while they were dating."
Yes, he showed signs of controlling behavior before while they were dating.
Well, you seem to be kind of contradicting yourself. You're saying, oh, no, I didn't dislike him, but yet you said when she married him, I got sick to my stomach and had an impending sense of doom and didn't like him because of the way he treated her while they were dating. Did I read these things right? Is this what you said?
Yes, that's what I said.
Did you tell him that, and again, I quote your words, I told Alan he was, quote, an awful, terrible person for moving my daughter and kids away from me?
Yes, I did. I felt an overwhelming sense of grief, and that was just shortly after I was told they were going to be moving in like a month and a half.
Did you also tell him, quote, you're taking my babies out of my arms and I will never forgive you?
I might have.
Is there a boundary? Is there a point at which you as a mother-in-law can cross the line and get over-involved, over-possessive, over-controlling of a grown daughter's marriage?
That's actually what I came here to find out. Dr. Phil, that's what I wanted to find out. When does a mother, a grandmother, get involved? Do we wait till a child is harmed? Do we wait for the 911 call? When a baby's shaken, do we wait? When should we become involved, Dr. Phil?
Now, we're joined by Alan and Melissa, who've been listening to the show backstage. So, what do you guys think about what you've heard so far?
This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everything that my mother feels about Alan is false.
Now, what do you think about all of this?
I think it's amazing how things that I have thought nothing about have been taken so far out of context.
Let me just ask you straight up, without equivocation, have you or have you not touched your daughter inappropriately at any time, anywhere?
Never. Never at any time, anywhere, with any intention of ever doing anything with a sexual intention with my daughter. No matter how innocent I am, people will always think twice about trusting me with their children. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Your name will always be tainted. It's a stigma. I would have a hard time leaving my kids with somebody accused of molesting a child.
Now, Alan has been accused of molesting his 3-year-old daughter. He wanted to clear his name, and yesterday he agreed to take a long and grueling polygraph exam and interview. Now, former FBI agent and polygraph examiner Jack Tremarco interrogated Alan for nearly 3 hours.
I'm a little nervous. I'm excited to clear my name. I am not a pedophile.
Jack,
Nice to meet you.
you can have a seat here.
Thank you.
As you sit here, I don't know what the truth is, but I will know in about 2 hours. There's not going to be any surprises. There's not going to be any tricks. But when we're done, if you touched your daughter for sexual purpose, I'm going to come to the truth. What I'd like to say to you, Alan, is if you can't pass this test, don't take it.
Do you think that you passed this test?
It was a tough test, but I trust that the person who gave the test did a good job. He knew what he was doing and had nothing to hide.
Well, the operative question was, have you ever touched your daughter for sexual purposes? Your answer was no. The result was non-deceptive. He was telling the truth when he says he has never touched his daughter in a sexual way. Now, Jack, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Doctor.
How confident are you in the outcome of this test? Because she wants to know.
Dr. Phil, whenever I do any polygraph test, but especially when it involves a child, I am not about to put a predator back into an environment where he might reoffend. And so for Alan to have passed that polygraph test yesterday, he really passed it, and I sleep at night.
Is there anything you want to say to your son-in-law?
I'm very thankful that it was not true. And it's never been my intention to break you two up. It really hasn't. I'm sorry, Melissa, that you think that it has, because I love you, and I never wanted Alan to be deemed a monster. There's no way, Melissa, that I would have done this.
But I know, and I knew I didn't need a polygraph test to tell me that. I know my husband, and I wanted you to trust that. I wanted you to trust in me as a wife and mother of my family, that I could make the right decision for them, and that I had my children's best interest at heart. You didn't believe me, and that hurts.
Melissa, it's not that I didn't believe you. I was told not to talk to you about it before I reported it. And I did not go out there with the purpose of moving her back.
I find
Dr.
it odd
Phil?
that out of all this, you kind of ignored him and talked to Melissa, but it just struck me that you just never even said, Alan, I'm sorry that I've dragged you through this. Don't you think that he at least deserves, an apology for what he's been put through? Not that you, again, I don't want to send a message to America that says don't report these things if you have a legitimate concern. We must protect the children. But now that you know what you know, everybody that's looking at this objectively is saying it didn't happen, and you never even said the words, Alan, I'm sorry for what you have had to go through, what I've put you through. I find that interesting.